Good evening. My name is Brionna Alexander, and I am a sophomore computer engineering major here at Bethune-Cookman University. Today, my topic of subject will be why teachers should get paid more. Both my mother and father are educators who spend the majority of their time teaching other people's kids. Yes, this is their job, but are they actually compensated for the work they are doing? Everyone knows how difficult it is to raise a child. School teachers must help along that process with groups of 10 to 30 children at a time. This is an extremely difficult task, and it seems as though the world doesn't acknowledge the hard work these educators are putting in. It is unfair to pay ridiculous amounts of money to people for jobs that are nowhere near as strenuous. We should think about how educators must feel as they do their best to babysit these children who they barely get paid to watch. Recollect school and envision one instructor, the one educator who motivated you to be you. The instructor who gave you the most extremely valuable endowment of all, the endowment of learning. Teachers have a major effect in instructing and getting ready future individuals from a socialized society. Would it shock you to hear that according to a McKinsey & Company study called Closing the Talent Gap, after 25 years, a teacher earning $67,000 will still be paid less than a skycapper, a person who moves luggage around at an airport? Taking this into account, that the measure of instruction important to end up an educator is more noteworthy than that required to end up a skycapper. Should our teachers procure more? Truth be told, the normal pay of an educator is somewhere in the range of $43,000 and $48,000, yet can go lower than $40,000, relying upon the experience the instructor has. Given the effect of teachers on society, our country's teachers are terribly come up short on. Paying teachers more is both a reasonable activity and is advantageous to our training framework. All teachers ought to be paid more than the present national normal. Since they have a testing work, their present compensations are lacking, and higher pay would prompt a superior nature of instruction. Extraordinary teachers do everything. Over all ages, dialects, ethnicities, and subjects, teachers are probably the most broadly talented individuals around. An average day for an instructor can change enormously, relying upon the subject and grade level in which they educate. From kindergarten to secondary school and specialized curriculum to measurements, one topic runs reliably all through each extraordinary educator's profession. Their activity does not finish with the school day. Albeit remaining before the classroom is a tremendous piece of an instructor's duties, they reach out a long ways past that into the lives of their students' families, and their community. Teachers are in a one-of-a-kind position to directly affect their pupils. Teachers can see their work in real life, see the progressions they influence, and in this manner, they witness firsthand their objectives happening as intended. Regardless of what the objectives are, they can essentially be summed into a solitary sentence. You need to help individuals. Furthermore, there are numerous ways you can help somebody as an educator. To name a few, teachers inspire, they aspire to educate, learn, and affect positive change. Many incredible instructors love teaching students, and one of the vital objectives numerous educators set for themselves is to be the best teacher they can be. There is something incredibly satisfying about giving data to your students and working with them to guarantee they comprehend ideas, yet down-to-earth applications, and there are diverse techniques you can use to educate, and keep in mind that your training style is remarkable to you. Instructors try to inspire their students in all parts of their lives, and for some educators, their most noteworthy objective is to be a good example. A good example is somebody who inspires and urges students to take a stab at enormity and shows them through experience and responsibility how to understand their maximum capacity to wind up as well as can be expected be. Instructors can inspire an uninterested understudy to wind up immersed in learning. They can inspire them to take an interest and center, and notwithstanding bring independent students out of their shells. An incredible instructor can get students perusing, inspire an energy for dialects, make math or science fun, and transform history exercises into fun and energizing stories. For some instructors, one of the most straightforward objectives is to inspire their students to adore learning. In any case, the motivational intensity of an educator can rise above the classroom. So regularly, we hear individuals state that they were inspired to seek after their professions on account of their instructors. An incredible instructor can leave a permanent imprint that endures forever. And for a large number of us, a portion of our most essential choices were inspired by our educators. Instructing is one of those vocations where you learn something new consistently, and numerous instructors refer to this as one of the most primary things they would like to escape from their profession. Educators likewise learn a lot about themselves through instructing. Educating expects you to venture out of yourself in a way you may have never done, and through this you learn about yourself as an instructor and as an individual. You may learn increasingly about how you work with others, especially with your youngsters, and better to see how to convey adequately and educate effectively. You can learn how to more readily deal with pressure, and the authoritative abilities you'll pick up from arranging exercises and reviewing assignments will be important. Moreover, numerous educators state the exercises they learn from their own students are the ones that make the activity so satisfying. Students bring their very own great deal of educational encounters to the classroom, and a portion of the things they need to state will edify you in manners you probably won't anticipate. Listening to your students when they need to voice their conclusions can widen your point of view. Aspiring instructors are the ones who enter this job to influence change. These are the ones who need to satisfy the need for incredible educators. They make it their objective to improve the nature of instruction for everyone. These educators are happy to work in high-need schools where there is low instructor maintenance and ruined networks frantic for submitted, capable instructors. At this point, when an instructor says they will probably have any kind of effect, this is the thing that they mean. They not just need to change the lives of their students, they need to change the essence of training and the crippling compensation they lack to receive. In our nation, teachers play out a testing occupation, and along these lines have the right to be redressed. Teachers put a sizable measure of energy into their work. As indicated by the National Education Association, teachers work 50 hours every week amid school year, and in opposition to other schools and other educational values where they only work between 34.4 hours a week, 7-day weeks. And the thing that matters is obvious. Teachers are working considerably more than the normal American. These 50 hours out of every week don't recount half the story. Teachers likewise need to confront numerous difficulties in outplaying the activities. Linda Darling-Hammond, professor of education at Stanford Graduate School of Education, said that teachers need to confront numerous difficulties, including low pay, developing class sizes, educators slamming from legislators, responsibility orders from No Child Left Behind, cutbacks, making up for neediness in school, and administration that takes out the enjoyment of being an instructor. These difficulties can prevent potential applications. Mr. Stevenson, a U.S. history and true-to-life composing instructor, likewise talked about a testing in education. He stated, "Society has enormously underestimated teachers. Instructing is being treated as a business which must turn benefits, i.e. effective understudies. While makers can pick which parts they need to utilize, teachers can't pick their students. Teachers are underestimated in the public arena. In the wake of experiencing these difficulties, they are as yet expected to create results with each group of students. Teachers still figure out how to adjust and control each circumstance. Above all, they create very smart, educated students and give them a remarkable learning knowledge. Our instructors are precious to society, and it is time we begin treating them like so. Regardless of how difficult educating is, the present instructor compensation is yet lacking. Numerous teachers take second occupations and must take different measures. As per Ninav Calgary, an instructor and dissident, most teachers pay for their own master's level college and progressing proficient preparing, and more than 92% purchase supplies for their understudies out of their own pockets. Be that as it may, in the course of recent years, we've seen more than 60% of teachers maintaining second sources of income, eating with their children at food banks, and notwithstanding pitching their blood to bring home the bacon. No instructor ought to need to settle on these extreme choices just to endure. Regardless of the need to satisfy student advances and bolster their family with so little pay, the teachers that move us ought to be treated with deference, not lack of care. Thank you so much for listening to my speech. Show it again.